Today on Al's Anime Review is Scrap Princess. Scrap Princess follows the adventures of Pacifica Cazul and her brother and sister as they try to escape the many hunters of the kingdoms who wish to kill Pacifica. Why are people hunting down this cute little underage girl? Well, mainly because she will bring about the end of the world. Yeah, seriously, I actually mean that. Being that it is the Middle Ages, people still blindly follow the words of their priests without so much as a second thought. None of the people she comes across need to know how or why this huge cataclysmic apocalypse is supposed to come about, and default to just stabbing her, conveniently eliminating lots of, helpful exposition that could have been going on. Well, maybe that's a good thing. But the question is raised, why on earth would her siblings want to save her from this world of religious nuts if their sister runs the risk of starting the apocalypse? Well, that's what makes the series. It deals with major issues of love between family members and friends, the risk of letting one person live out their life against the cost of thousands. Can we, as human beings and people, really take up another person's life just to protect ourselves? This, however, is the theme of the series: love and the right to live. The needs of the many versus the needs of the few. Or in this case, the one. It keeps this theme close to its heart and doesn't easily let it go. Every single one of the characters in the anime deal with these issues, and come to their own individual conclusions. That's why even though most of these characters are recognizable, they still don't feel stale. Thought was put into the development of our favorite standbys. And I'll be damned if I don't love each of them. They work absolutely perfect, moving through the series with their own stories that come into play with all the other characters' choices. This brings me to the plot. It's perfect. I can't say much more than that. I'm not saying the idea is perfect, far from, actually. It's original, even though it doesn't look it at first, but it's nothing you will be writing on the forums about. I'm talking about the flow of it. Each event happens at exactly the right time the audience should experience it. So it surprises us just the right way, involves us in the way that it's intended, and we understand each and every character's actions at the time you're supposed to get them. Not to mention, it ends at such a logical closure point and just runs from start to finish in a pre-planned line that never heads in one direction. It starts out with the bounty hunter of the week chasing them, but soon enough becomes something more. This really is the model for all anime to follow, or break. I do have to admit that while it does character development rather well, and it tells a very good story, that story is not very complex. It is just a save the girl from, bad guys anime. But if it were anything more, it probably would have ruined the show. The romantic moments are appeasing to the heart, but don't do much to the overall plot. They are subtle, so nothing is forced out, but just flows from the setting and situations. Although I do feel there is a relationship between Pacifica and her brother that is a little closer than it should be. But I touched on that a long time ago. It's Japan. This is not an anime you would expect to have good action sequences in it, but they have some damn fine ones. Watching them is eye-catching and vibrant, varying from small-town sword fights to big and beautiful laser light shows. The music is enjoyable and may not be amazing, but is pretty easy on the ears. It syncs up to the moment, so it isn't more powerful than what is going on with our cast. Animation is average, at best. Characters aren't given a lot of detail. They kind of got just enough to make each one stand out. Still, the background is drawn pretty well and is believable for anime. This is a show all about the characters and deals with each individual's conflicts with the overarching plot. I also like every one of the characters. They don't outstay their welcome. If they think the audience will become tired with them, then they will leave and come back at a later date. Just when we start to miss them. There certainly are a lot of relationships at play, and I enjoyed watching them all. Like I said, the plot was decently inventive, although in the end, a giant cliché decides to fall from the sky. But I really could care less. They led me through each episode with a smile on my face and a song in my heart. So when the giant meteor of a cliché hit, I couldn't give two shits and a biscuit and walked right on, still smiling. It flows just that well. We see a lot of great voice actors make their return, including Crispin Freeman. I don't know who casted this show, but it is just perfect. You fucking deserve a medal. Every character's voice sounds like it is their own, and even some redundant voice actors felt completely right. Because of these characters and the way they are portrayed, all the drama suits the series. The comedy too, because it plays on a lot of anime standards that remind me of the old shows from the Sailor Moon / Ray Earth era. They should feel tired, but I think it's been so long since I've seen this campy comedy used that I fell in love with it all over again. I'm sure a lot of people are looking at me like I have 6 heads or something, but trust me, this time I felt like my anime boner was brought to a satisfying completion, and I won't have a set of bad-ending blue balls for a long time. It may at its heart be just an above-average anime, and Pacifica may frustrate you on occasion, but for being such a satisfying experience and a joy to watch with wonderful characters, it really shines far beyond any anime I've seen in recent memory. Scrap Princess scraps by with a 5 out of 5.